everyone in the film industry thought that I was just a glamour girl that I knew dancing and that's all. They never thought me to be a good artist or a good actress. And I don't know how, but I think Raj Kosla had something in his mind that he asked me to do Do Badan. And after that, the critics wrote that I could act, and they did write upon me. So that is how it gave me confidence to do more films like Chirag, Main Tulsi Tere Aangan Ki, with Raj Khosla ji.
And Mera Gaon Mera Desh.
And Mera Gaon Mera Desh.
Manish ji, what made you really in '69 when you decided? Was he your first choice? I mean, you walked into his office and
I was just looking for a job. I was a college dropout, not doing anything, and I had somebody who recommended me to go and try my luck at Mehboob Studio, where Mr. Raj Khosla sits down and has an air-conditioned cabin. It was spoken in a very reverential way. An air-conditioned cabin was something which was a rarity and kind of indicated the status of the filmmaker. So I remember walking with my Bata chappals, just waiting out the time, and the burly security man giving me a note and said, "Where the hell are you going?" I said, "I'm Tani Ram." And I lied, but I lied to the player. And I remember meeting him there, and I'll never forget what he said, and I want the people to listen to that. When I went to his room, the room felt like a slice of heaven, air conditioned, the magazine sheets cold, and he was sitting down right below the image of Guru Baba, a handsome image of Guru in black and white, and he was sitting down, but he just had his, what he called his 40 wings, his people laughed. And so he let me in, he asked me the first question. Actually, he asked me, "So, do you know anything about movies?" So I paused. I said, "No, sir." He says, "Great. Zero is a great figure to start from." I think it would be a more generous response from a filmmaker of this caliber to a guy who's 19 looking for work. And he had tremendous empathy. And well, after the first conversation on film, years later, that zero is a great figure to begin from is something which I tell the juniors who come to me. So as they say, what you teach your children, you teach your grandchildren. So when I say that, it is us how speaking to them.
It's a lovely way to think of him today on his 100th birthday and to take away. Amrish, very underrated filmmaker. I think all of us know that his body of work, he almost did all genres. What made you really, decide to do a book, an extensive book on his work and go about it? Because,
I am very scared to speak because these two great people just turned towards me. I'm speechless. So,
So well.
no, it's just that, honestly, truth be told, Raji was a filmmaker I knew the least about. I had seen Mera Saya and a bunch of other films, and he was the filmmaker who first made me aware that there is a presence called a director. That is primarily because of that signature,
which we have here.
which is here,
Yeah, I've used that.
which is there in plenty of his films. So that is for the first time I asked my father, who is this person, and then he explained that the director and the director's role. So that stuck in my head. And I was fortunate enough to have been granted this opportunity by the family. The family came to me, and I was given this opportunity, and I leaped at it.
And they are the co-authors too. Both.
Yes, absolutely. They contributed hugely to the book. They opened doors for me. So the family was very, very gracious. So it came to me. I leaped at the opportunity, and the past 5 years, I have known so much about him and discovered so much about him, and put it in the book.
tremendous. You were 4 daughters. What kind of relationship you had at home? 5 daughters, sorry, 5. Not 5, over now. You're 5. Is everybody here? All of you there? Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for all coming. Thank you very much. How do you look today, Raj Costa 100? His films are going to be shown. You were there in the morning, the response you saw. I announced the idea, and today we're showing Mera Gaon Mera Desh. What is your feelings?
It was tremendous, especially for Bombay Ka Babu. The print was so clear, it was outstanding. And we had Rema Sen here, and she was so much like her grandmother, Suchitra Sen, that it was amazing. And it was fabulous. I mean, the experience of just seeing the movie and, sitting next to Rema Sen, a person whose grandmother was on screen was awesome.
Anything else you want to add? Something about your father?
Dad was very protective about us, you can't do this and you can't do that. So I had a lot of inhibitions which I had to get through to do a little bit of writing. And somehow this book has, given me a lot of closure because I had so many questions which I couldn't find any answers to. And Ambarish has done it. He has just laid it all out for us.
But you did work on the set. You worked on the set.
I was on the set of Sunny. I was allowed there because I got engaged. So I was allowed. And then I pursued it, and I used to do a little bit here and there. I used to watch him all the time. And at home also he was very different. I could make out he was different at home and different, other fathers were different. And this book has somehow, made it all very clear why he made these movies and why this movie is like this. Because his love of music was so much in the house that it used to be outstanding. All the time we were hearing Hemant Kumar, Jagjit Singh, KL Sehgal, and whenever there were holidays, he would belt out songs on the harmonium. And so all that somehow, in the book, it's all kind of just, fit in. When you see his movies and when you watch his movies, it's like, watching him. I get that impression.
How lovely.